we like to change things up sometimes. And to that end, for the next couple episodes, we're gonna be branching out. So tonight we're gonna be making some crispy rice balls topped with a delicious Krab salad. And I say Krab because it's not crab, it's imitation crab. And there's a million recipes for that online. There's a million videos for crab salad. This one is very specific and very dear to us because it comes from a specific place. And yes, we're stealing another recipe from a former employer, but we're not gonna say who it is because they're still open, and if you know it, you know. So that recipe has some very specific ingredients and we're gonna go over that, but first we're gonna make those rice balls. And to do that, the first thing we gotta do is make rice. We're gonna get a teeny tiny saucepan onto a high heat. We're gonna throw in some sesame oil. Good bit, a couple tablespoons maybe. About a half a teaspoon of salt. This fancy pants red pepper is what we're gonna use today.
Korean red flake.
Korean red flake. We'll let that toast up just a bit. And then I'm adding 3/4 cup of rice. Now, if you notice, we're adding a lot of color to this rice without adding any turmeric or anything like that. This is all just oil and pepper and goodness. Now, let that toast up. As you're toasting, you're going to start to notice that the little rice grains are going to become opaque like this instead of translucent like that. And so once most of them are at this opaque color, you're going to smell this great nutty smell.
Yes.
And that means you're good to go. You've done what you set out to do. So take your little pot and go over to the sink and add 1.5 cups of hot water.
Oh, the drama.
Being very careful. And then bring it back over to the stove. Your next step is going to be to boil all of this water out until you don't see any more bubbles. All right, so when you don't see any more bubbles, it's time to lower that heat to low. Put your cover on and set a timer for 17 minutes.
Exactly 17 minutes.
No more, no less. Now that 17 minutes should give you enough time to completely construct your crab salad. So let's knock that out. We are following a specific recipe that we have, yes, stolen from a fairly famous local restaurant.
Well, I mean, when you make something enough times, you just know how to make it.
This is the specific fish cake brand that we're using and is highly recommended.
It has to be Osaki.
Osaki brand.
Osaki brand. It's a Japanese product. The texture is wonderful. The flavor is very good. It doesn't have any of that Play-Doh-y mushiness.
You should do some because you're so fast at it.
Okay.
Go!
And you see, we kind of keeping it like in this little pile. Swoop, swoop.
Make a nice, neat pile.
You see, it's just like, now you just cut them in half.
Okay.
I mean, nobody's going to come beat you up if you don't get it exactly in half.
And now we separate.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Walk me through these ingredients.
Yeah, mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise first.
You're probably going for a total of about 1/2 cup.
So if you want to measure, probably 1/2 cup is a good bet.
Sure.
Okay. But we're kind of eyeballing.
Mushroom soy. That's just going to be like your standard fermented soybean sauce. In this instance, mushrooms have also been fermented into the sauce.
2 tablespoons of mushroom soy.
Correct.
And it smells so good.
Yeah, you can definitely smell the mushroom.
Man, that smells great. Classic sriracha.
That's the one that we all know. Rooster on the front sriracha. It's got a really nice fermented flavor. If you're paying attention, you're hearing fermented, fermented, fermented. And that's all very important.
It is.
1.5 tablespoons of sriracha.
Okay. Comme ça?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Togarashi.
Yes, that's nanami togarashi from the S&B brand. Japanese red pepper flake, orange peel, ginger, black and white sesame seeds, as well as seaweed in it for additional umami. You're just going to shake it over the whole top.
A little shaky.
Just like when we're seasoning other stuff, you're just going to shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it.
Kind of cover
Perfect.
up, cover the top.
Perfect. There you
A
go.
little extra. am trying to be very gentle. I don't want to break this into a million pieces. We're just trying to toss. I say yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Beautiful.
All right, after 17 minutes, your rice is perfectly done. We're gonna go ahead and give it a good fluff and get all that steam to start escaping, because what we wanna do is have this cool down completely and dry out a good bit. So we'll give it a little mix, and then we're gonna set it aside as it completely cools off. All right, let's get our rice into the food processor.
Oops.
Oops. We'll crack one whole egg into there. I'm gonna slice up one whole green onion, the green and the white. Toss that in. One small carrot, shredded. And to that, we're gonna add just enough panko breadcrumbs to make everything come together. And I'm predicting that's gonna be about a half a cup, because that's all we have left. And you can see it start to slow down there.
Yeah, it's slowing down. It's slowing down.
It's gonna slow down a little bit like that. And then we'll go ahead and scrape our sides. And now is a good time to kind of taste test. I'd say use your own judgment, but I'm gonna add about 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of salt to that.
Yeah.
And we're gonna introduce some kind of acid. It can be apple cider vinegar. It can be regular old vinegar. It can be rice vinegar. It can be lime juice. We have a special little ingredient called
That. Pina curad?
Pina curad. At any rate, we're gonna do 2 teaspoons of whatever acid you choose. Give it another spin. Wonderful.
Perfect.
Now I get 2 big dinner plates. We'll dump that rice mix out onto one of our plates. Get some wet hands and just dig in. Now, I've been kind of guesstimating on our size here. Not really measuring and all that. But if you kind of lightly squeeze, it just comes together like magic.
Yeah.
I love it. This should wind up making us about 10 of about that size of a ball. About a golf ball?
Yeah, that looks like about a golf ball.
About a golf ball. Just a very misshapen golf ball.
Yeah.
On my other channel, I'm going to take these outside and hit them with a golf club.
These 2 are a little small. And that's okay. You just smush some more on there.
Yeah, like, oh, that's too small. Oh, no. No
Oh,
worries.
no.
It just... Oh. Damn it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get about 2 inches worth of oil in a saucepan up to about 350 degrees.
Perfect.
And we are going to drop our naked balls into the oil.
Carefully.
Carefully. Now I know there's gonna be a desire to roll them around in like some breadcrumbs or some cornmeal or cornstarch or something like that, but we've tried a bunch of different ways and naked is the way to go.
It's crazy, y'all, because we really thought cornstarch was going to be the most shattertastic.
Just didn't have the same pizzazz and magic as butt naked. All right, so just keep an eye on them. Keep moving around as much as you can, and after a few minutes, you'll reach what we like to call GBD.
Oh, beautiful.
Golden brown delicious.
It is a very nice color.
2, 3, 4. Beautiful, lovely crab salad that we just made. Not really measuring here. I'm going by hunger.
Moderately hungry.
Yes. Here's a few more fun things you can pick up at the Asian market.
A little fried garlic.
Crunchies. What do they add, Claire?
Crunch. But also, okay, so crunch, obviously, 'cause we call them crunchies. But also like garlic flavor, red onion flavor,
These are great. They add a lot of depth to the dish and add some exciting little moments of crunch.
Yeah, and then we have these wonderful sea crisps, which is shredded seaweed. It's been shown that sea vegetables are very good for us.
And there we go. Oh, much better. Am I crazy or is that like super good?
That's really good. Thanks for hanging around.
Oh yeah, if you made it all the way to the end of the video, you're in the Kitchen Club. So
Thanks for sticking around.
if you're here, thanks Kitchen Club. And we'll see you next time. I'm serious, that's pretty good.
I'm serious, I like it.